Madayad. Yeah man, bless up, bless up. I am Tafarian and I'm here in my home garden in Jamaica, Black River to be exact. Inside of Black River, a community called Arlington. Well, the residents call it Arlington, you know. So, what I will be doing today is to present a synopsis, like a autobiography of Tafarian, like a snap autobiography, with the intention to fill in the gaps, because it's a lot, so I wouldn't, have enough time, quote unquote time, to present all in just one video. So what I will be doing is to give us a synopsis and then fill in the blank spaces in a moment. So the other day I came across, I was sent a video via WhatsApp by a brethren, and this video consists of this brethren called Unstoppable TV and Rapper Crapper doing a live. So, the live, the title of the live is yeah, bless up. So, inside Arlington now, or Arlington is, you have ones going about the worldly business, buying and selling, and I live very close to the road. So, you're going to hear bikes and cars and, just keep passing. So, yeah, so this is the everyday in Arlington, So, let's get back to it. So, I came across a live, on YouTube by Unstoppable TV and Rapper Crap, and the title of the live is Why Not Start a YouTube Channel. So at the moment that was what I really needed, because I was really considering to start YouTube. So the live gave tools and the know-how to at least start. So I really give thanks for that. So the reason for being on YouTube in the first place is because I was given a cassette, and this cassette is a very old cassette of a reasoning or an interview with Muta Baruka and Abuna Blackheart and his brethren, which is they are from the Judah Coptic Church in Waterhouse, Kingston, Jamaica. So they were reasoning and they were speaking of executing Edward VIII. Yeah, they were just speaking, and I found it really interesting, So what I did was I never see the cassette as safe, because it is outdated and I might not find the tools to transfer it to CD or anywhere else. So, yeah, I found it. So I transferred it to CD. The CD was going fast because it was getting outdated very quickly. So what I did was to transfer it from CD to YouTube, and then now, the reason being is to protect it. So that is the reason for being on YouTube. So that is like maybe 7 or so years, 8 years ago, thereabout. So I was just on YouTube, just basically just watching videos and all these things, and as usual. So now is the moment where I will be presenting. And what I will be presenting is a natural live, like living in the land. You have two different realities running simultaneously, which is um, the ways of the world, which is the vanity and the sex. And inside the land now you have the interaction with the birds and the animals and the whole natural vibe, healthy eating, um, health healthcare, in herbal work and all these things. The whole vibe and the whole interaction. You know. So I mean, I get a lot of visions, and when you're inside of the land and you're being respected by the land, you get visions. And bear in mind, it is potential that if the land respects you enough, I mean, the possibilities are endless. So what I'm aiming at, or what I'm going to do, is to gain enough respect from the land, wherein I could live forever. So by gaining respect from the land, you have to know the laws of the land and abide by them. You know. So that is the aim, and that is what I'm presenting. And so visions now. I get a lot of vision that mean I'm respected by the land. So I mean, that's good. Some people get big visions, small vision, depending. If you're getting visions, give thanks. Some people the land is even interacting with ones now on a higher level. We're going to get into that because that is really interesting reasoning and sharing the experience I have. So I get a lot of visions. So a vision to the sun, and everyone know or should know that the sun is really immortal. The sun has been here for forever, and the sun will be here forever. So with I visioning seeing the sun now, I'm interacting and exchanging energies with the sun. So the sun is saying to Tafarian, we are friends. The sun don't say that to a lot of people. So I get some visions the other day, like within a 2 month or a 2 moon span, I mean a vision to the sun and information about the sun 4 times. So that is really, I mean, in the view of Tafarian, excellent. So I mean, I will be presenting that, and then now the moon. Now a vision to the moon the other day. So yeah, inside the land, things work off of balance. So if you have a male, which is a man, you have to have a female, or if you're a man, you have to have a woman, vice versa. So that's the way it is inside the land. So the sun, so the moon and the sun is actually wife and husband. Two immortal energies, I mean, interacting at will. So the eclipse now would be like the intimacy, and the stars are there, the whole in the vibe too. You have male and female stars, and you have stars combining to create their own balance. That is going to be really interesting reasoning right there. So I have a vision trend now. So a vision say, I mean, Haile Selassie used to, when I used to trad in a Rastafari energy, I used to vision say Haile Selassie a lot. So that means I am Haile Selassie is exchanging energies. He's using my energy and I'm using his energy, and the land is actually saying, this is the point at which you meet. So I used to vision say Haile Selassie. So I have the same challenges as Haile Selassie had in his living. So that's the reason for the interaction. So the vision trend now. So I used to vision say Haile Selassie. then the vision started change, and it started getting more complicated somewhat. It takes a bit more energy to figure out what the vision is saying, because the vision is actually an insight into the future or an insight into the past, or to tell you how the present situation is at the moment. So I've used the vision, say Haile Selassie, then the vision started changing. So I get a vision that I went back into time to 1492. So, I mean, that reasoning is whoa, you know. So, a moment passed, and a vision said David. That is the Bible that David, that is Bible David. So a vision said David, I mean, interesting reasoning there, And then a vision said Christ. That is the same Christ that the Bible read about, Then a vision, a moment after, a vision say Abraham and Sarah. So by this point now, I'm actually realizing that the vision trend is actually I'm going back into the past, And I mean, there are instances where I get vision that people are coming from the future and giving us insights on what is taking place inside the future, So the vision is saying, all right, I'm going back into the past. So I was actually expecting the vision with Adam and Eve, and that came recently, So, I mean, that is wow. That is wow right there. So, I mean, the visions are even ending up into places, enchanted territory, our chanted territory, which in chanting music territory. That is actually what it really means. So the music is going into chanted territories, So, and the vision. So, I mean, that should be really interesting and to hear what that sounds like, because I'm actually a musician. I have a lot of energies, but I don't know if I can remember all of them now, because it's not something that I think about. If I need it, then it just automatically, pops up, and then I just use it. So music is always there, So I'm actually like a musician, I'm a producer. So I produced this song, Richie, Innocent, and Wise Wurdz. Where are the warriors?
Richie Innocent, where the warriors them gone?
And the madayad
ridim. The warriors them weak out and
that whole vibe and that whole journey
missing in action,
like, interesting reasoning and vibing, Because, in a sense, even Wise Wurdz, I haven't really met Wise Wurdz, face to face, That is how music goes in this time, in this moment with technology and all these things. I can be here and doing something and send it to a million miles away, and the other person feel the vibes and is like yes, and the other person is just doing their thing in whatever region they are, and then the whole thing just come together, and so interesting reasoning there. So this song, Shensia, Lighter, featuring Taros Riley. So the lighter that Shensia is actually talking about, it is my lighter, and the wave is, I invented the wave, So I am the quote-unquote temple, and this is the ends where that whole event actually take place. So that would be interesting reasoning right there, interesting songs right there to come. So other energies now. Alright, this. So this is actually artwork. I mean pencil work, and I did this in 2007 October. That is like some years ago. So this whole vibe depicts a crocodile camouflage inside the swamp. So Black River is actually a swamp environment. So you know you have to know camouflage. Everywhere you have to know camouflage. Because you can't just show all of your energy at once like that. So you have to camouflage a bit and see where the battlefield is, and then now you bring out your full energy or whatever energy needed to overcome whatever challenges. So the vibe is the crocodile is here, camouflaging, you know, holding a vibe, relaxing. That is the way it is inside the land. There is no stress. It is just always relaxation 24/7. And there is no 24/7 inside of the land. Uh, that's the world view. So it's always relaxation inside of the land. I mean, Jamaica is actually Jamaica is actually very high in energy. So that is the reason why most people would want to come to Jamaica for relaxation. Jamaica is actually here. So that reasoning, will be interesting because I have stuff to present, inside the artwork. So I'm going to enter back into that energy at will, and all the other energies at will. So, I mean, yeah, check out the feet. So I'm actually barefoot or bare feet inside the home garden. So you have lots of ways you can harness energy from the land, because the aim of harnessing all energies to Tafarian's view is to live forever. That is mine. So this is one way where I harness energy from the land. It is actually beneficial to walk bare feet or barefoot. So inside this space I have trees, because I'm actually, friends with the trees. Because you have to be friends with the trees, and you have to be friends or bridging or sistering with the sun. I mean, the animals, you know, you can't be an aggressor inside the land as a man. That don't work. You know. So the aim is, gaining the respect from the land. So the bare feet inside the space is one way where I harness energy from the land. So I mean, I might just introduce a couple of these trees and so forth. Now, first, I want to introduce this tree. So this tree is actually a male papa tree. So this tree does not produce fruits. They produce powder. And there's cross pollination taking place with the female tree. So there's like a very bad omen with this tree, and according to Jamaican culture, that if you have one of these trees very close to your house, then you might be impotent or even dead. But there is no good vibe with this plant close to your house. So I threw some papa seed all over the place in a moment. So this tree came up and everyone was like, get rid of this tree because there will be lots of negativity and all these things. Inside the land, I couldn't just accept that and just, destroy the tree like that. I have to see what this tree is all about. So this tree has been growing and the challenges came. So I mean, the tree is here. So this is like a very special tree. This tree is very talked about all over the land. So this is like a star tree. So this tree, the amount of energy that this tree is taking from the land, you know, are putting inside the land is a lot. So most of these trees are actually star trees. So so this is the female papa tree. you know. So one at one corner of the house, and the other is. So basically, there's a lot of balance going on here inside the papa community, and there is one papa still on the tree. See if we can get that one. So this is a very mature papa tree, and for papa trees to be producing fruits at this age, it's really a special plant. So, I mean, the fruits. So the fruits from that tree, a very special tree, you know, is high in energy. So depending on the kind of food you eat or use, that will tell how strong you are inside the land. Because if you eat weak fruits or weak food, then you're gonna be weak, and you're gonna be, depending on the food you eat, you probably end up dead or something. You know. So I mean, I strive to get the stronger energy food. So you create. So one energy now is this tree. So this is a first fruit June plum tree. This tree. So this tree is actually a star tree, because this tree is not actually behaving. This tree is not actually behaving like a tree very talked about all over the place. So this tree is like extra special, and extra strong. So this is like an immortal tree. So the amount of energy that this tree is putting into the land and taking from the land is a lot. And imagine the fruits from this tree. I mean, I have no idea what kind of fruits this tree will produce. I'm only assuming that it is June plum. It could be a version of the June plum family. That is how you get different genres of trees. So if I'm to take the first fruit from this tree and put it back in the soil, I'm going to actually get a stronger tree. And after a while, then the fruit is going to change, like how you have, lime tree or sour orange, different versions of the tree. So speaking of orange, so this tree is actually an orange tree. So what I did was to throw some seeds inside the garden, and this tree came out. So I really wanted a lime tree, because I have a lot of stuff that I do with lime fruit. So an orange tree came out, and I was like, yeah, give thanks. And I didn't even know that this was actually a lime tree. It's a virgin came by and said, you have an orange tree inside your garden, and I was like, no, it's lime tree. And they was like, no, it's orange. And then it turned out to be orange. So I was actually telling lie on this tree that this tree is actually a lime tree. So telling lies are not good. So yeah, it's now an orange tree. And we're friends. So this tree is actually a sweet sap tree. So this tree is actually What I wanted to do was put a patio right here. I mean, yeah, at the front of the house or a veranda. So this tree just pop out outside of the ground, and I was like, wow, I really like this tree. This tree is a special tree. So what I will be doing is to not put a patio right here, or probably put a smaller patio with respect to this tree because we actually turn friends, you know. So you have to adjust, you know, your environment, for your friends and all these things. So here, see if we can get this. So this is actually some termites was here. You know what I mean? So this is charcoal. I'm raking off this fence post for the garden. So this is actually charcoal. So what was happening here is like there was a termite nest right here, and it was very small, and everyone was like, cut it, get rid of it, kill them all because they're gonna eat down your house. Again, I mean, people was actually just saying stuff, but in essence, I was not offended by these termites, you know. So everyone was like talking, wow, termites and board house, because I really like board house. So the termite nest in Jamaica, we call them duckans, was about this height and size, you know. So it got really big, really, really big. So one day I came home from work, cause I do farming. Interesting reasoning there, because I'm a farmer. So one day I came home from work and I saw a trail of termites heading underneath the house, and they were moving very espionage, because it was covert. So when I saw that, I was saying, oh, attack. So what I did was just get the fire and throw it inside this termite nest and burn it to ash. So I was not the aggressor, you know. So inside the land, every victory that is like how you charge your energy inside the land and gaining the respect from the land. So this energy I got right here, I got a lot of energy from this war, with these termites, you know. And I'm very much respected inside the termite community, because every other termite will say Tafarian is not the aggressor, because you were there striving and having fun and building empire on top of the post, and I did not molest you until I have to do it in self-defense, which in you were attacking my house. Your house was here, and I was leaving your house, and you came in and attacked my house. So I had to defend myself. So I'm very much respected inside the termite community, yeah, that war was actually good. Yeah, man. So this plant is called the Tafarian whisk. So basically, I named this plant after Tafari Makonnen of Ethiopia. You know, very interesting reasoning there about that. The reason about the next bridging way over another place. So this plant, so I vision see this plant because I am a walking tree, like a walking tree. So I vision the trees. So I mean, we share space and energy. So a moment ago, I'm always in some kind of battle with some kind of demons or witch or vampire, zombie or those kind of energies, because vision see them. So I was almost dead. So a vision said this plant, and this plant was actually saying to Tafarian, uh, I'm translating. Tafarian, I really respect you, and you're severely outnumbered and almost dead. So here's my energy, and use it to benefit yourself inside the war. So that is what I did, you know. So I use this plant, and the vibe is nice. So I am the kind of person like this now, where if I'm given a strength, I have to give back a strength, even bigger strength if that is possible. So what I did was to make this plant actually the fence of the garden, and share, you know, the energy that I'm using right now, which is the Tafarian energy, to share that energy because we are a lot alike, you know. I mean, this plant, if you should cut a piece of this plant and it falls on the ground, you know, this plant will actually send roots inside the ground and sprout leaves. And the part that is actually hanging from the tree, because it is a vine, is actually going to send down roots inside the ground and take energy from the ground, or get energy from the ground. So this plant is always charged. So I use this plant inside of um, herbal work, which is very interesting reasoning right there. You know, herbal work is an energy to itself. So as I was saying earlier, this is actually the roots of the Tafarian whisk. So this is how it is. Just sending down the roots inside the soil and just keep charging. So this plant is actually the fence of the garden. So it goes straight around. You know. Yeah. So it's actually the fence of the garden. And ones are more aware of this plant. So anywhere I am, this plant will be forever. Okay. So this is the aloe vera plant. So this plant, a vision see this plant too. A vision see this plant. So what I will be doing is to give you a general vibe on how to take care of this plant. So I mean, interesting reasoning right here. So this plant is called the rice bitters. So a vision see this plant too. So this is the flowers, and this is actually the part where the seed is. And this is where the seeds come from. So it just pop and the seeds just spread all over the place. So this is a very high energy plant right here. So the aloe vera, they are actually having a vibe right here with the aloe vera. Almost like a battle. So I mean, I have to be the official for all this battle. So this is the aloe vera space. So I might have to remove these rice bitters, because they're all over the place. They have their own space. So right here on the Tafarian whisk, you have Sorosi. So this is mostly bitter herbs, most of them. So this is a bitter herb, Sorosi. Not as bitter as the rice bitters, or the aloe vera. So there's a jostle going on here. A tussle between the Tafarian whisk and the Sorosi. So bear in mind, these two plants are high in energy. So they should not be really fighting, they should be harmonizing inside the space. So I have to step inside this war right here and officiate, being an official, So every plant should have their own space. That is my general trend, mostly officiating in battles and wars and try to maintain the peace, because if this plant has its own space, which is the Sorossi, and the Tafarian which have its own space, then there would be more energy inside the home garden, So I have to be officiating. So we have weeds inside the garden. So I mean, until I vision see all these plants and so forth, I have to be treating them as weeds. So I'm going to get rid of some of them. That is the vibe. So right here you have a utility pole, and this is where I actually get electricity. And see if I can view this. So this is where I get electricity from. So the energy inside, and this is actually inside the home garden, So the energy inside the home garden is a lot. So what is actually happening here is this power line is taking a lot of energy from the home garden, and I am not being compensated. So as a matter of fact, I have to actually be paid to give in energy. That's weird. However, that is just the ways of the world. So I mean, we're going to get that sorted out. Where I mean, it work out for both sides. Yeah. So this tree is actually called a tuna tree. So this plant is wow, it's a high energy plant. So the energy inside this home garden is, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, just presentation, so the interaction inside the land, so yeah, this is interesting reasoning. So a vision see the lightning, so I mean, not a lot of people vision see the lightning, so the lightning need balance. So the balance for the lightning is actually the thunder. So when the both of them combine now, there's a lot of vibe right there and a lot of energy right there. One is male, one is female. The thunder is probably the man and the lightning is the female. So I mean, so there's a lot of vibe where by eye visioning seeing the lightning and so forth. I mean, I am very much respected, So I'm friends with the lightning. So if someone should slander the lightning, and bear in mind, I get the vision that is actually not lightning, is the name of the whole vibe. It's actually the whip. That is what the vision is saying, because I mean, it kind of flex like a whip, and it actually makes sense. So I'm friends with the whip. So I mean, if I'm in a battle, say with like a demons or something, I mean, the lightning is there as protection because we are friends. We defend each other inside the land. Even the fire. So I mean, the fire has its balance. I mean, the fire and the smoke, you hardly see the smoke without fire. You know, so one is wife, one is husband. You know, it's just the general trend of the land. You know, so vision now, worldly vision now. So, a vision say God, that is the same Bible God that David and them was talking about. So a vision say God, and very interesting reasoning right here. You know, that whole vibe and more than one stuff. And get this, I mean, the same person that the vision say is God, I've actually interacted with that person on many levels. And I mean, that interaction and that whole vibe, interesting reasoning. That should really be some interesting reasoning and that whole vibe. You know, so I mean, I'm here, presenting. So I mean, YouTube is like, you know, like a comfort zone, you know, so yeah, just present, you know. So I am Tafarian, and if you soul do so, you can like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, you know, because the comments might be the reason for the other videos, you know. So if I'm being asked, or you know, yeah, just drop a comment, you know, and share the video as much as you can. You know, yeah. So bless up, you know, and have a good day or night.
Hear me and tell you, say the warriors them disappear like vapor. Richie innocent, and where the warriors them gone, I am. Wise words. The warriors them weak out and diluted. Them missing in action, I am.
Where are the warriors? Real warriors.
Wise words.